Today has been packed with lives, and now we are going to be talking about when does it get easier? When do the changes get easier? This is a big common struggle when people are moving over to a raw diet, and Nate has a smoothie here for me.
This is what makes it easier.
Yeah. Look at this.
It gets easier when you have your smoothie.
It gets easier when you have your smoothie. Thank you. So yeah, I'm open for questions. If you guys want, this is just with you and me. So I don't have a guest on right now. Just wanted to chat about habit building and building those strong habits, because that's when things get easier. It's not just, if you buy the bundle, obviously you're going to get tons of information and lots of recipes and so many courses to enjoy and learn from. So there's a lot of stuff that you get in the bundle, and please go grab the bundle. There's only 3 days left, 3 full days after today. So get it now before it's gone, because this collection will never be back again. You're getting my wraps book and all the other cool stuff. There's over $1,800 worth of new raw vegan content in here for $50. So you guys have got to go get it. At least just go to the website and look at all the stuff that you're getting for $50. It's worth it. Link is in my bio or in the description box below if you're watching on YouTube. Anarina says, you're so sweet to do this. I love doing this. This is what I absolutely love doing the most, is helping you guys and helping anyone to learn about how to take care of themselves, how to build strong habits, how to love themselves, how to eat better foods, and how to just live an abundantly joyful life. So that's my goal, and I'm glad that you're here. Hi again, Watermelon Lime. Hello, everybody who's in the live. Thank you for joining. I want to start off with implementation. So when you buy the bundle, it's one thing to buy the bundle, but it's a completely different thing to implement what you learn from the bundle. This is what's going to actually make the change in your life. We can have all the information, but if we don't do anything with the information, then we can't change and we can't learn. So number one, use what's in the bundle. Open the other books. Go follow the other people, and you don't have to do it all at once. You can just choose, say every Saturday afternoon, you open up a new book and you choose a couple of recipes to make during the week from that. Read their story, read their thoughts, learn from them. It's really important to expand and explore and not just open 1 or 2 ebooks from the bundle. Open all 40. You're getting 40 things for $50. So when you invest in that, you're not just investing in some new recipes. You're investing in the change, the long-term change that's going to happen in your life. And every time we do a bundle, I always have people message and say, last year I bought the bundle and it changed my life. This bundle can change people's lives if they implement the things that they learn. Watermelon Lime says, I'm glad you're live doing this, because I love watching and getting inspired and sometimes even just being entertained. Thank you. Yes, the bundle event is here to help you guys get re-inspired, find new motivation, learn new things. That's why we do it. We only do the raw one once a year though. So it's only 3 more days. We only have 3 more days left. Oh, it's gonna be sad to stop doing the lives. They're a lot of work. I mean, I've been live some days 6-7 hours a day. It's a lot of work. Plus I have so much other work to do after the lives, behind the scenes. So I have been having a lot of fun though. This is, again, my passion. I don't mind, because I'll be able to have the weekend off after the bundle. But yeah, so habit building. The implementation of the things is what's really going to make the change in your life. And the implementation of the new habits is what's going to change your life. So we need to get our focus right. Focusing on building the new habits instead of fighting the old ones. Because so many people will say, I need to stop going to bed late. I need to stop laying on the couch, for example. I need to stop eating the junk food. I need to stop smoking. I need to stop drinking. I need to stop, right? We're so focused on stopping the old, but we don't really have a plan or something that we can build towards, because we're so focused on the current habit that we want to stop. So we need to shift our focus away from stopping and instead of fighting the old, and instead focus on embracing the new, embracing the challenge, embracing the new habit, because that's what you really want, right? We choose things that we really want in our life, and it really shows what you truly do want for your life. You are in complete control of your habits. You do them every day. And if you want to change those, then you have to change them. The problem is the actual change itself. And so many people ask me, like, how do you actually change? And when does it get easier? It's going to be challenging in the beginning. And this is a brutal, honest truth. It's challenging in the beginning. And it's going to be challenging for pretty much everybody, because changing our habits is challenging. That's just how it is. So recognizing that and accepting that as a challenge can be really helpful, instead of feeling like it's an insurmountable mountain and constantly feeling bad about yourself or saying that you made a mistake if you didn't follow your new habit. Like, not to place labels on anything, but to really just sit in the moment and recognize your choice for what it is and learn from the choice. So if you are trying to go to bed early, focus on going to bed early. Don't focus on stopping going to bed late, because if you're like, I have to stop going to bed late, well, what are you going to do instead? Obviously, you're going to go to bed early. So focus on going to bed early. Set an alarm in your phone. Make sure that you have the time to go to bed early, or whatever it is. If you're trying to eat healthier, if you're like, I need to stop eating junk food, what are you going to eat instead? Because if you don't eat the healthy calories, you're going to get the calories from something else. So focus on the new habit, not fighting the old one. Change your perspective and your focus. Go through your reasons why you want to do this. It's super, super important to do that. And to also practice non-attachment. Practicing non-attachment to the outcome and the results of whatever choice that you make is going to be really beneficial. It's really hard to do. But again, it gets easier when you practice. Languages get easier when you practice them. The guitar gets easier when you practice it. The piano gets easier when you practice it. Art gets easier when you practice it. Exercise gets easier when you practice it. Your flexibility, like everything gets easier when we practice. So the answer to the when does it get easier? It gets easier when you do the thing, when you actually take the time to do the thing. And yes, it's going to be challenging in the beginning. You're not going to want to. Your old habits are going to be calling you out. The couch is going to look really enticing. The junk food's going to look really enticing. It's going to be really hard to go to bed early when you want to stay up late with your friends. And again, these are all just choices. You can stay up late if you want. You can eat junk food if you want. You can lay on the couch if you want. But to have a non-attachment to the results and just to look at things kind of like, I mean, I'm a Star Trek fan and I love the way the Vulcans are. They're very logical in that sense. I really love that aspect of them. They're logical. When they look at something, they look at what it is and the results, and then they choose based on logic. So if it's logical to go to bed early and you want the results from going to bed early, then logically you would go to bed early because that's what you really want. If you want to have a healthy lunch at work, then logically you would plan the lunch, you would make the lunch before, and then you would take it to work and you would eat it. So instead of having so many emotions tied to our choices, instead of feeling guilty that we have made a mistake, instead of feeling shame for whatever choice it is, instead of feeling all these things, just focus on the logic and the results that you're going to get from it. And then if you want to put the emotion back into it, focus on the emotions that you feel when you choose something good. Because those negative emotions, they're so low on the scale, like we don't want to go there. We don't focus on the mistakes. Don't focus on the shame and the guilt and the regret and all that other stuff, because that's just not helpful to the situation. Focus on the logic and the results that you're going to get, the love that you're going to give to yourself, and how you're going to feel empowered and in control and happy and excited and all of these things that you're going to feel when you do make a good choice. So thinking of things in that aspect can really help. And so going back to the when does it get easier? It gets easier when you do the thing. But how do we do the thing? How do we get ourselves to make the salad? How do we get ourselves to blend the wrap the night before? How do we get ourselves to do that? Well, number one, you have to plan it. If you don't plan when you're going to do the thing, it's not going to get done, because if you don't remember to do it, then it's just going to pass you by, because your other habits are going to take over. You're just going to lay on the couch and watch Netflix, and then the night's going to go by, and then you'll go to bed, and then you wake up and you're like, oh, yeah, I was supposed to make the wrap last night. Now I don't have anything for lunch. Well, I'm just going to go to the restaurant. So we have to plan. We need to plan so that we can actually get our new habits done. Because they're not new, like current habits, we have to consciously choose these new habits so that we're able to actually get them done. So number one is planning. When do you need to do the prep? When do you need to go to the store? What do you need to do to get it done? Like, do you need to set alarms in your phone? Like Nate and I have alarms in our phone, and they go off, and we make a choice whether we go to bed early when the alarm goes off or not. That's a choice, and we understand. We have non-attachment to it. Obviously, we feel better when we go to bed early, on time, all the time, and consistently. But we still have the choice, and you are not a bad person if you choose otherwise. That's the thing too. Like, we can't put our identity into our choices and feel bad about ourselves as a person because we made a different choice. That's all it is just a choice. So if you need to set alarms, like getting up early to make your lunch, or the time to go to bed, or to remind you to do your skincare routine, or to remind you to drink more water, whatever the new habit is that you're trying to achieve, set an alarm in your phone. And number two, schedule it in. Schedule it in. If you are trying to go to bed early, schedule yourself, schedule your bedtime. If you need to work your prep the night before, schedule that in before bedtime. Schedule in your new habit and actually do it. That's the third step. Do it. When the alarm goes off, get up and do it, whether you want to or not, because that is the repetition that's going to get you out of your current comfort zone and actually get you to change your habits, is by doing the thing, whether you want to do it or not. Just do it. Like, the thing is, we show up for other people. If our boss is having a meeting and it's like at 12:30, you need to be in the Zoom meeting or whatever, we show up. If our friend says, hey, meet me at 1 o'clock at the park, I have something for you, we meet our friend at the park at 1 o'clock or whatever time it is. If we have a dentist appointment or an appointment with whoever, someone that we are meeting with, we show up for that. We show up and we schedule it into our day, and it happens. We show up for our job. We show up for whatever is important to us. So the thing is, like, why don't we show up for ourselves? We need to put ourselves as important as all the other things that we're doing in our life, because if we don't take care of ourselves, then it's going to be more challenging to do our job, or to show up for whatever, or to spend time with our friends. We got to show up for ourselves. So if you're putting it into your phone and it goes off and you're like, oh, at 10 o'clock I have to get up and make my lunch, or whatever it is, do it. Do it because you love yourself, and do it because you're building your new habits. Get excited about those things, and it gets easier when you practice it. That's the thing. Languages get easier when you practice them. The guitar gets easier when you practice it. Things get easier when you practice them. So yes, it can be challenging in the beginning, but the more you do it, the easier it gets. The more you choose raw food, the easier it is to choose raw food. The more you prepare your lunch beforehand, the easier it is to prepare your lunch beforehand. It's just like anything in life. Like, changing your diet is no different than learning a language, or learning how to ride a bike, or learning how to do headstands, or learning a new skill, learning your job, whatever it is. It gets easier when we do it. Like, the first day on a job, you're overwhelmed because you don't know the people, you don't know where everything is, you need to be trained, and you're like, right? It's overwhelming because we don't know. That's really all it is. And with the repetition, you learn, and then all of a sudden it's like, it's so easy, right? Because people ask me, they're like, do you crave things now? I mean, I've been raw now for almost 9 years, and it's easy for me because I consistently chose it every day Even when it was hard, when I didn't want to, or when I wanted something else, I still chose it because I understood logically, and I love raw food, so I choose the raw food. And that's number 4, is being consistent. So you get your planning on point, you get your scheduling on point, and then you show up for yourself. Once you start doing those 3 things, then it becomes about repetition and consistency. The more often you do it, the stronger the habit becomes. So repetition, people will say like, well, how long does it take? It takes as many repetitions as it does for it to solidify. So the more you repeat a new habit, the easier it gets. We get good at what we do often. We're good at laying on the couch and watching Netflix. We're good at getting a bag of chips when we're stressed out. We're good at driving home and stopping at that drive-thru. We get good at what we do all the time. So if you want to get good at eating healthy, and you want to get good at going to bed early, and you want to get good at showing up for your exercise, you got to do it every day, and you have to do more repetitions of it in order to get good at it. So repetition and consistency is key. And then the final thing is patience. Patience is a hard one because living in this world, we want it now, fast, and we label everything as being like, you need this and whatever. Being patient with yourself and being patient with building your new habits is going to go a long way in actually solidifying your new habits. And being, again, non-attachment. Don't worry about having the habit solid after a week or 2, right? It takes sometimes months to years. Like, it's taken how many years for you to get good at laying on the couch and watching Netflix? Because you do it so often that it becomes so normal. And going to bed late, for example, you do it so often that it becomes normal. So it is going to be challenging in the beginning, and you have to be patient with yourself and love yourself through any choice that you make. And when you make a different choice, learn from it. That's another big key, is to learn from our choices. And I do not like saying mistakes, because a choice is a choice. There are no good or bad choices. There's just learning, right? We learn from the quote unquote good choices, and we learn from the bad choices, right? They're just choices though. The whole point is to learn and to grow as a human being and to enjoy our life and explore different things. So when you find something that makes you feel good, makes you feel empowered, makes you feel joy and love, and makes you feel physically good, then choose that, right? Learn from the fact that it makes you feel good and continue to choose it. And yes, laying on the couch feels good, but we can't just take the moment for saying like that's what we're gonna do for something. For example, eating a bag of potato chips feels good. And if you're going to choose the bag of potato chips because it feels good, you're missing out on the rest of the feelings that you get from choosing the potato chips. We're only focused on that 5 minutes where it feels good. We need to broaden our perspective and say, if you take your bag of chips or whatever, or if you choose a salad instead of the bag of chips, broaden the range and say, I am going to feel this and this and this and this and this after I eat a salad, right? Broadening the range and taking in the whole experience of the choice instead of just in the moment. Because it's going to taste good in the moment for sure, but after, we forget about that part, right? So the salad also tastes good in the moment too, but you've got that extra experience of the after. Let's see. Can you share habits you think will get in the way of seeing results? Sometimes I think I self-sabotage. We do tend to self-sabotage, and it's not, that's another word that I'm kind of like, with self-sabotage, because you're not because we really want the best for ourselves in general. And when you think about like whatever you're sabotaging with, whether it's like a bag of chips or going to bed late or whatever, it's just a choice. So again, bringing yourself back into the why, the reason, and the focus, and really asking yourself, what do you truly want? Because we want to eat the bag of chips and we want to eat the salad, right? We do want both, and it's okay to want both. But when it comes down to it, ask yourself, what do you want more? What is the one that is going to give you the best experience, not just in the moment, but in the after as well? So choosing the salad would be the logical solution, right? So that's what I would say on that. Thank you guys so much for joining. This is a really, really good one. But I just wanted to leave that with you, is how to build the healthy habits, is the planning, the scheduling, taking action, being consistent, and then being patient with yourself. Non-attachment, focus on the amazing things that you're gonna get when you do your new habit. And remember, it gets easier when you repeat the new habit. It gets easier when you're consistent, and it gets easier the more you do it. So just like learning a new language, learning an instrument, learning a sport, learning anything, it just gets easier the more we practice. So practice those good habits and grab the bundle. The bundle ends in 3 days. There's only 3 days and something left to get the bundle. It's $1,800 or more. It's like $1,859 if you were to buy everything separately. And we're going to sell everything separately after the bundle, but you would have to pay $1,800 to get all our new stuff. But you're getting everything for $50, just one payment of $50, and you get all the content. There's 40 things, my wraps book, Nate's kitchen course. There's like so many cool things in the bundle. Go grab it now. The link is in my bio or in the description if you're watching on YouTube. But thank you again, you guys, for joining. I love you all so much. I'm going to be live in about an hour and a half with Nate. We're going to be talking about the benefits of adding sprouts and microgreens to all your meals. So you can come with your sprout and microgreen questions for Nate. We're going to be live together on Instagram here at 2 p.m. PST. And then at 4 p.m. PST, I'm going to be live with Karen Ramsey, and we're going to be talking about how we cleared our cystic acne. So we both had cystic acne and we both had great results with a raw diet. So if you're interested in that live, that one is at 4 p.m. PST today. And I can't wait to share more with you. I love you guys so much. And as always, fruit on.